So imagine a presence, right? One that's incredibly powerful, but it doesn't need, a big show. No grand gestures to offer protection or blessings. It just is. And that's enough.
Yeah. It's really being radiates benefit.
Exactly. And today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of idea, looking at an ancient Sanskrit verse.
SLOKA-4 from the Saundarya Lahari.
Right, from the Saundarya Lahari. Our mission today is really to unpack this verse.
Get into its meaning.
Yeah, explore the insights and figure out why it describes the Divine Mother, Devi Lalita Tripura Sundari, as, well, uniquely powerful compared to others.
And we're drawing from some really insightful material, excerpts from Saundarya Lahari, Devi's boundless grace and protection. What's really captivating here is how this specific verse taps into ancient wisdom about power that feels surprisingly relevant.
Right, even now.
Yeah. It's not about flashy displays. It's about something inherent, a deep, pervasive strength.
Like you said, no show needed.
Think less like a stage magician, and more like the sun. It doesn't try to shine. It just does. And that brings light, brings life.
That's a great analogy.
And this sloka describes Devi Lalita Tripura Sundari, often seen as this embodiment of beauty and power in a way that helps us grasp that specific quality, her distinct fundamental nature.
Okay, let's get into the verse itself then. It's really quite beautiful in Sanskrit. So to really understand it, let's break it down kind of word by word or phrase by phrase.
Yeah, the building blocks.
Okay, first part. Tvad, anyah.
Other than you. Simple enough.
Paanibhyam.
With two hands.
Abhaya-varado. This one's interesting. Two concepts.
Yeah, it combines abhaya, no fear, protection from fear, and varada, giving blessings or granting wishes.
Okay. And daivataganah.
That's the groups of gods. Or you could say other deities.
So that whole first bit, Tvad, anyah, paanibhyam, abhaya-varado, daivataganah, it's setting up a comparison.
Exactly. It's saying other deities, with their two hands, offer protection and grant wishes. Now the contrast.
Right. Tvanika,
You alone.
naivasi. And this long one, prakatita-varabhityabhinaya.
That means showing the action or displaying the gesture of giving that protection, abhaya, and blessings, varada, with the hands.
So you alone are not showing these actions with your hands, quite direct.
Very direct. It highlights her uniqueness immediately.
Then the second half of the sloka explains how she does it, right?
Astrayas.
From fear.
Adrenam.
Datum,
Apicha.
and also results or, rewards.
Vancha samadhikam. This one seems important.
Very. More than desires or even more than what is wished for. That's quite a promise.
It really is. Then Saranye lokanam. Addressing her directly.
Yes. Oh, refuge for all the worlds, or oh, protector of everyone.
Tava.
Indeed your, or truly your. Charanaveva.
Only feet. Just the feet.
And finally, nipunav.
Are skillful or are capable are sufficient.
Wow. Okay, so putting all those pieces back together, what's the full poetic meaning that emerges?
Well, it paints this really vivid picture, doesn't it? It says something like, look, other gods, they show their power. They hold their hands in specific ways, these mudras, promising to protect you, give you things.
Making it visible.
Exactly. But you, Divine Mother, it continues, you don't need to do that. You don't show these actions with your hands.
Because
just your feet alone are skilled enough, powerful enough to save everyone from fear and give them even more than they hoped for. You, the ultimate refuge.
that distinction is really the core of it, isn't it? Other gods use the mudras abhaya for protection, varada for blessings.
These specific hand gestures, yes, very common imagery.
But the Divine Mother in this sloka doesn't rely on that outward display.
Not at all. For Devi, it says her feet, her charana, are sufficient. That's enough to protect from fear, grant desires, and even exceed them.
Which really makes you ask, why? Why this emphasis on the feet? What does that signify about her power?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
It points to a power that operates differently, fundamentally.
Let's try and make that difference a bit more concrete, maybe with some analogies. How would we describe the other gods concept in an everyday way?
Okay, think about maybe a protective older sibling.
Right.
If a younger child is scared, the big brother might literally hold out his hand and say, "Don't worry, I got you."
Or hold out a piece of candy like, "Here, this will make you feel better."
Exactly. Using the hands, making a clear, visible action to show help or offer comfort. It's active, it's almost performative.
Yeah.
Like the mudras.
Okay, so that's one model.
Yeah.
How does the Divine Mother concept contrast with that?
Well, now think about Maybe your mom or your grandma.
Okay.
Sometimes just having them quietly in the room.
Yeah.
Or maybe a gentle pat on the head, or just knowing they're nearby. That alone makes you feel safe,
Right.
loved, secure.
Without big pronouncements or hand gestures?
Precisely. Their presence is enough. But the sloka suggests Devi's power is even more profound than that.
How so?
It's not just that her presence is comforting, it's that her very existence, her inherent being, is the source of all protection and blessings. She doesn't need to do anything, even subtly. Her power just is. It flows effortlessly.
That reminds me of, say, a really skilled doctor or a master crafts person.
How you mean?
Well, they don't necessarily need a flashy presentation or a big song and dance about their skills.
Right.
Their deep knowledge, their experience, their quiet focus, that's where the healing or the masterpiece comes from. It's inherent in who they are and what they do.
That's a really good analogy. The Divine Mother's power, as described here, is like that vast, natural, flowing without effort, not put on, just present.
And the focus on her feet, the charana, what's the symbolism there?
It's incredibly rich. Feet connect us to the earth.
Right.
They ground us. So her feet symbolize her connection to this world, to all beings, her grounded presence.
So by just existing, being connected.
She protects and blesses. It suggests this inherent fundamental power. It's not about reaching down to help, maybe, but about being the very foundation of help. It really shifts how you might think about power.
Okay, this is fascinating, but let's bring it home. How does understanding this ancient sloka actually help you, the listener, in everyday life? What are the practical takeaways for a, happier, more holistic way of living?
Absolutely, because it's not just abstract theology, right? There are real shifts in perspective here. First, I think it fosters a kind of effortless trust.
How so?
If you internalize this idea of power being inherent presence, not a performance, it's like trusting, gravity. It's just there.
You don't need it to prove itself constantly.
Exactly. So trusting in the Divine Mother becomes less about looking for signs or specific interventions, and more about resting in this constant, unwavering support. That naturally reduces worry, brings more peace.
That makes sense. Like trusting your parents implicitly when you're a kid. Okay, what else?
Second, related to that, is cultivating inner strength. Believing you're connected to such a powerful present protector. It's like having, well, maybe not a superhero, but this immense benevolent force field around you.
So it's not about you having to be strong all the time.
Not entirely. It's about drawing strength from that connection. Knowing that support is fundamentally there helps you face challenges with more courage, more resilience.
Okay, trust and inner strength. What comes next?
Third, think about that phrase, more than desires, vancha samadhikam. Realizing that the potential for blessings is boundless, even beyond what you can conceive of or ask for. That cultivates profound gratitude.
Gratitude not just for answered prayers, but for everything.
Yeah, for the unexpected good, the background support, the sheer abundance that flows from this presence, that kind of deep appreciation, that's a direct path to greater happiness, isn't it?
It really is. And number 4.
Fourth, it points towards simplicity and devotion. This sloka basically says, look, you don't need complex rituals or grand gestures to connect.
Because her power isn't in the display.
Right, so simple faith, a pure heart, just thinking of her, remembering her presence symbolized by her feet. That's enough. It simplifies your spiritual practice, makes it more accessible, more about inner feeling than outer action.
Trust, inner strength, gratitude, simplicity. That's quite a package.
And maybe the most crucial one, the core message, really. Letting go of fear. Bhayat, tratum, to protect from fear. That's central.
How does this sloka help with that specifically?
When you truly start to believe, to feel, that you are fundamentally safe, protected by this immense, inherent benevolent power, fear loses its grip.
It's like the fear doesn't have fertile ground anymore.
Something like that. You can engage with life, with its ups and downs, more freely, without that constant undertone of anxiety or worry. It's an invitation to live with more joy, more spontaneity. What does that idea spark for you, this dissolving of fear through trust and presence?
It feels liberating, yeah. Shifting from constantly seeking reassurance to just, resting in the knowledge that protection is. That's powerful. So let's try to wrap this up. The core message of Sloka-4.
Well, it highlights the unique power of the Divine Mother, Devi Lalita Tripura Sundari.
Right. While other deities might show power through actions, like hand gestures.
She doesn't need to. Her power is inherent. Immense.
So much so that just her sacred feet symbolizing her presence and grace are enough?
Enough to remove all fears, grant all wishes, and even give more than we ask for.
She's presented as the ultimate effortless protector and refuge.
Absolutely. And this whole concept, this power in presence, this effortless grace from ancient India, it really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. How?
And it prompts a question for you, listening right now. Where do you find your own sources of strength and protection? Is it always in the big, obvious things?
Or could it be somewhere quieter?
Exactly. How might you cultivate that sense of inner peace, that deep security, without needing grand external validation or displays? Something to mull over.
Definitely food for thought. We hope you'll reflect on this, on how this idea of inherent power and effortless grace might resonate in your own life. Maybe even shift your perspective a little.